Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another Living World of Darkness. Changeling the Dreaming. This scene begins in the bar of bars, the greatest bar of changeling kind, Angarona. Ismay and her friend Savannah are currently in there. Ismay's bussing around tables on occasion, helping out. She's trying to get back into the swing of things. She's kind of been out of it for a little over a month now, but she's trying to help, though Diva and Gloria aren't putting a lot of pressure or expectation on her at the moment. And AJ's probably in there having his daily gin, or is it bourbon? Martini? I think it's a martini. Yes, no, maybe so.
What?
I asked if AJ was going to be in there having his daily martini or whatever it is he drinks.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I completely missed that. My internet is quite bad. Um, yeah, let's say he's in there drinking.
Ismay stopped by him at least a half a dozen times now, giving him a hug and saying thank you when she has a free moment stopping by.
Yeah, AJ is also like asking her if she's feeling all right, if she needs anything.
Um, I am, I am okay. It is. I'm trying not to be quite so. What is word they said? Jumpy. They say that I have been jumpy. I have not been jumpy, have I, Savannah?
No, no, not at all.
See,
It's
I am not jumpy.
no, it's perfectly all right after what you just been through. So don't worry about it. And like I said, just, if you need,
Thank you. I will. I'll keep that in the remembering.
2 successes on my willpower.
We'll say then that um, in this bar, eventually at the entrance, this this woman seems to wander in, kind of looking like hasn't been here before. Um, Obviously, since you guys are changelings, you probably would see her Feymane first, correct?
yeah, I mean we see both the mortal side and the Famine
Okay,
together.
okay. So
Ismay would really only recognize would only see her Feymane because that's all
Yeah.
Ismay sees.
okay, gotcha. So you see this individual walk in. They have it seems like they have a staff on their back with kind of like a blue gem on the top of it, and seems to be wearing very mortal side, pretty normal clothes, maybe some baggy pants and a sweater with maybe a messenger bag. And then you have on the changeling side of things, you have this strange silky kind of wall that seems to be made out of the stars and the moon, with strange fiery, like somewhat fiery hair that's kind of around flowing at the back of her head, and she seems to just kind of be wandering in for the first time. Seems to just be kind of taking a look around and
Ismay seeing a new person, trying to distract herself. You see a woman. She's very pretty in the mortal world, but there's a lot of black peacock feathers coming off of her faming
mm-hmm.
as she approaches you. Alan, welcome to Angorona. You are new here, yes?
Yes, I am.
Hmm. Would you like a drink? I have a menu, and she pulls up a menu. We have many seats. You are you are issue, yes?
Um, I guess that's what people have been saying I am.
Oh, and she reaches out to take your hand.
And she shakes it.
No, she's wanting to drag you somewhere.
Oh, okay, yeah. She goes along with it. A little bit
She
surprised.
takes you to a table where there's a fellow sitting at who's drinking a martini. She pulls out the chair and kind of pushes for you to sit.
She says, okay.
What is your name?
Uh, we'll go with Itra.
Itra. Itra, this is AJ. AJ, this is Itra. You're both Ishu. And she wanders off, leaving the menu with you.
Thanks. Hello.
Then is
So,
just watching.
You're another Ishu? Hey.
Hey. It's good to meet you. And this is how he looks like in his Feymine, by the way.
And I guess I'll show you. This is what she looks like in her mortal. This is her Feymine.
Gotcha. Another issue. Well, there isn't many of us in here. It's good to see another one.
That's what I've heard. What's your name?
Name is Alistair John Kingsley. And you'll probably pick up that he has this very, very heavy Scottish accent
Interesting.
on his mortal side, but the accent on his Famian is very heavily Middle Eastern.
Interesting. In regards to her, at least, it's just they both seem pretty neutral in terms of accent.
Gotcha.
She just says, "Well, it's nice to meet you, AJ. I'm Mitra.
Good to meet you, Mitra. I think
Hmm?
you're new in town?
Apparently, I went through with Chrysalis, right? Yesterday.
Oh,
Jumped into this whole thing.
gotcha. So
Not too
quite
long.
new.
Yeah, they call me a baby changeling.
I'm pretty new myself. Just 3 months old.
Yeah, I guess that is pretty young. But hey, older than me.
That's a good idea. And I think you've met Ismay?
Yeah, seems like it. I looked to his man. Maybe give her a nod.
Ahlan. You guys obviously did
And,
not say here that I introduced you, then you introduce yourselves again. You're strange.
I tend to be sometimes forgetful.
Would you like something to drink?
She looks down at the menu.
Something to eat?
I'll have just. Do they have hot chocolate on the menu?
Yes.
She says, "I'll have some hot chocolate." She says, and winks at you.
You wink at her. She gets a big grin and kind of runs her hand along the back of your shoulders as she walks away.
I don't think she was expecting that reaction. But she goes and she looks towards AJ. She's looks like she's thinking about something for a second, then shakes her head. So,
Mhm.
what do you know about this stuff so far? I was kind of going over a book that seemed to be giving me an idea of all of this.
Well, before we get into all that, and he turns to Savannah. This here is Savannah. Savannah!
Hi. Yes, that's me, right? She looks at Ismay, right?
It's your name.
Right? What? No.
Right.
My
Yeah.
name. What, sorry, Savannah. What did she say?
She was
What
just acting confused about her name.
Okay. She says, No, it's Itra.
Is Citra? Right?
She.
Did I say that
she-
right?
Yeah,
Citra?
Itra.
Itra.
Yeah.
Hi. She sticks out her hand. When you Savannah's mortal seeming is what you see on the overlay, complete with bright green cat eyes. And her Famine is similar. Hang on, I'll pull it up for you. Is a bit similar. She does have the bright green cat eyes, and she also has black ears and a black bushy tail. Um, and yeah, she's definitely a cat.
Well, she shakes her hand and says, "Nice to meet you."
It's good to meet you too. Brand new, huh?
As far as I know, yeah. Was kind of a. Definitely thought I was going crazy, but seems like I don't know. Felt like it made sense the whole time when after it was all over.
Yeah, that happens to all of us. We all kind of think that we're going crazy when it happens. Uh,
Um, that is a very general perception. I did not go crazy coming here.
no, because you're a little bit different.
Yes, this is true.
Different how so? Seems like there's a lot of different kinds of fae. She says. She kind of says questioningly.
And Ismay will bring back your hot chocolate, set it down, and pull up a chair and scoot it right up next to you, and set her hand on top of yours. There are many different kinds of fae, and you see, um, some of you did silly things to avoid the things that happened. Some of us did not. Some of us stayed elsewhere. And when the thing happens, we were able to come back. Yes.
Ah, I've only been going over the history a little bit, but general sense is this whole thing is for protection.
Yes, there is a lot of unpleasant disbelief in the world.
Savannah nods in fervent agreement.
Well, if all of the stories are true, and can't necessarily blame them. And she takes a drink. But hey, doesn't seem bad so far.
No, it has very good points. Um, yes, very many good points. Um, the bad points are not as many. There is the ice worm, there is the Downtain, and there is the night court. No, that is a TV show.
Shadow.
Right. Yes, she says the Shadow Court. I remember some of these things. I was not here for much of the last month.
I actually
half.
didn't get what are courts? I keep hearing about these ideas.
Okay, your courts. You guys are weird, and you have broken your courts. You have made them into just two, and you have your Seelie and your Unseelie. Yes, and currently your Seelie refuses to take his turn letting the Unseelie rule, and is make very strange. And you have different selves, kind of, when you are in being part of one of the court over the other, and you can go back and forth depending on what is happening in your life. Sometimes very quickly, sometimes not so quickly. But I have been studying so that I understand your people because you are very strange.
I guess, yeah, looking from outside in, things can definitely seem very strange. I mean, heck, this all seems very strange to me.
The Shadow Court is bad people who are trying to make bad things happen to not bad people to make other people look bad to make trouble? Yes, and she looks up at Savannah.
Savannah, okay.
Um, yeah,
So,
there, there are those that want to make trouble.
so there are those few guys that tend to make things worse for everybody.
Yeah, you could say that.
She scratches the back of her head. Sounds familiar.
The Dontain are like you guys, and she points to the three of you. But they have like been taken away from their connection somehow. I'm not sure how it happens, but they are very much creatures of disbelief now. Yes, yes, and they do not. They are not nice to be around. They make you stop being.
Yeesh. What happened? I'm guessing was not being. I mean, I guess the soul does exist now. So does that mean your soul is gone, or what happens?
We're not exactly sure on that. Um, it's not something that we've had a chance to find out. If it is still in there, it's pretty corrupted, I think.
She nods. Yeesh.
It's not pleasant. Not at all.
Scratch.
And a lot of Dantain are made. They don't choose to be that way.
That's pretty sad. She kind of like lets out a bit of like a not exasperated exhale, but like that's heavy stuff.
But Magrim is leading a group, I think, soon to try and deal with some of these problems.
Mm-hmm. She nods. Mm-hmm.
Well, is there any way to help these people?
We're gonna try and see the ones that haven't been, I guess, turned would be a good word for it. We're gonna try and see if we can save them. The ones that are already that way, if they can be saved, we will try. But otherwise, it's just best if they're destroyed. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean, from what I've been reading, it would be impossible to do. Just very, very, very hard.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you ever. Does it usually involve talking to help these individuals?
They do not like to talk.
No.
Well, that and the problem is, you probably won't be able to stand their presence long enough to talk to them.
I see. Seems like there's a lot of catches to all of this. Which is fine. She takes a kind of look at her hot chocolate, looks like the chimerical reality version of it. She's like, she's quite surprised, and she maybe takes a drink from it.
There are more
She-
exceptions to rules than there are rules sometimes.
Isn't that the truth?
No, that is quite true. Well, you'll learn to stop questioning things after a while. Trust me.
Shouldn't you always ask questions?
No, it's not like asking questions. You just, after seeing some stuff,
Right. So you acclimate.
probably going to see, you just like stop. Probably going to stop questioning why and just ride a wave.
Right. So eventually, you acclimate and whatnot.
Yes, you never know when you'll end up in a dimension of darkness with beasts breathing yellow, gooey stuff out of their mouths and eyes.
Yikes.
Or in front of a huge dragon that is demanding books and stories from you.
Oh, that was a good. You told a very good story that day. That was very interesting. I don't remember it in the encyclopedias, though. You made something different.
Yeah, I think I poured everything I had just not to be get eaten. Oh, see, that was some damn lucky rolls.
It was beautiful.
Savannah looks to AJ. Thank you for going to get her. I wish I could have gone. I wanted to.
It's not a problem, really. I mean, it's what I do for a living, so why not use the skills to...
That's true. That's true.
So, how do you know what court you are? She looks at everybody.
AJ doesn't really seem to have an answer to that
Savannah
question.
doesn't really either. She's like, I don't. Honestly. Huh. I'm not sure. That's.
So, from what I've seen, over time you will discover that you are much like a certain way when you are in the one court, and when you are in the other court, you will recognize a difference. Things will, importances will change what is important. And I think that is how can I best explain? And certain of those aspects are connected to one court or the other. Yes,
So, I basically shift personalities?
she kind of caresses your arm and hand again. Yes, it happens sometimes.
She kind of looks up and down at you, maybe a little, not, I wouldn't say uncomfortable, but definitely like, maybe a little bit surprised at what you're doing. And she says, huh, okay. Hmm.
I am sorry, I am distracting myself.
What do you mean
It is
distracting
difficult
yourself?
sometimes.
Can I do a perception and empathy on a... Or do I
Sure,
need to do that?
you can.
I'll
You're
give it.
welcome to.
Well,
Anybody that wants to can.
I have a specialty in emotions, so let's see what happens. Well, is she subterfusion?
She's not subterfusion. She's she looks like she's in. Before she kind of interrupted her stroking of your arm, she looked like she was almost lost in a daydream, thinking about something a little bit. And then when she snapped out of it, she kind of there was a quick glance like up towards the roof.
She looks up at the just looks up at the ceiling for a second. Anything peculiar about the ceiling I should know about?
When you came in, you noticed that this was a multi-story building. It's more than one floor.
Mm. So she says, "We does our kind tend to daydream a lot?"
I don't know if you do. I do sometimes. I try not to, but it's difficult not to, especially when you've been gone so long.
Well, when you daydream, it's kind of like a way to put yourself somewhere else for a little while. Not necessarily a bad thing.
Yes, yes. And she gets up and goes over to the bar. for a moment.
Looks to everyone as she's going. She looks to everyone else, sees what their, I guess, expressions are.
Savannah's is a bit solemn.
Hmm. So,
AJ's is he doesn't really have a specific look on his face. He's just trying to like take everything in, try to understand what's going on.
So, what has the current events been? She takes a sip from her hot chocolate. What's going on in the...
Mayhem and bloodshed.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that escalated quickly. She says.
Savannah shrugs.
Well, I guess that's, well, that's something. Takes another sip. What? So, what's the, I guess, the complex story of that?
Oh, civil unrest, extreme measures being taken. The usual.
Very extreme.
What kind of extreme exactly?
Do you ever heard of the Spanish Inquisition?
Oh, no. That's what she says. Yeah. Yeah, I read about them.
I wouldn't say it's the exact same thing, but it's almost there.
And this is being done by this feudal government I keep hearing about?
Ismay comes back with her very large drink. It looks almost like an iced tea. Yes, they are scared of the shadow thingies. They were the shadow ones, yes. She takes a long drink.
So, let me guess. They suspect that people are these Shadow Court guys, and these guys seem to be some kind of conspiratorial group. So they are maybe masquerading themselves as citizens, and because of the damage, the potential, she puts on air quotes, of the damage they cause, they basically randomly select people and interrogate them, whether or not they are what they are. Or am I wrong?
Yeah, no, that's kind of accurate.
Yeah, but they certainly are not going into the trouble of masquerading.
No, it's for the kingdom, though, right?
Oh, so the nobles aren't masquerading, or the Shadow Court aren't masquerading?
Oh, well, yeah, kind of both, actually. So, not sure how much you've been told. We, changelings, live under a feudal system.
Well, yeah, I've heard about that. That's really strange.
So, well, not very progressive with the times.
I've heard about that too. That's very strange as well. She says.
Nobody dreams of these new times. They dream of fantasy and ancient times.
Yes, everybody wants to be in medieval times and where there's castles and dragons and feudal lords and ladies and
I thought
kings
sci-fi
and
was.
queens.
I thought sci-fi was the new thing.
Oh, there's still plenty of fantasy medieval dreams. Plenty.
Yeah.
But So, I guess to make a long story short, a member of the Shadow Court infiltrated the court and became one of the Queen's most trusted advisors. She found out, had her killed, and kind of freaked out on the rest of us.
Uh-oh.
And then one of our counts killed the Inquisitor.
Yeah, that was quite a mess.
Yep.
So...
Just last week I've met his replacement.
The Inquisitor's replacement, or the...
The Count's.
How is he?
Well, from what I can say, he certainly is a real stickler for the rules.
And I'm guessing these aren't idealized rules. These are very... not so great. Or...
Depends on your perspective.
the P word. She chuckles.
Yeah, that's something you're gonna hear about a lot in here.
Yeah, I mean... I deal in psychology, so yeah, I definitely know that conversation. That's what it is, I suppose.
Ismay turns to AJ. How are things going with you? And she kind of just gestures upwards.
Oh, things were actually very surprisingly good for once.
Good.
At least we
that is
heard.
good. That is good. I'm glad. She takes another long drink.
What drink is that, by the way? She asks Esme.
As she sets it down, it is a local tea, they say, from here on Long Island.
Hmm. Just tea?
I think so.
So, AJ, I got a little bit told of what it, I guess, means to be Ishu. I don't think it was ever confirmed, but seems everywhere where I go, people say that's what I am. So, what exactly does it mean to be Ishu?
Well, I'm only finding out about it myself, but seems like if we are to go with the general stereotype, we are the travelers and the storytellers of our society.
Interesting. And I'm also told that we have a knack for finding better ways to things. She says that with a question mark.
Well, from personal experience, I wouldn't say the best ways. I would say ways that take you to what you're looking for, definitely, but it mostly is an interesting and adventurous way, let's say.
Your way is for making stories to tell of it, yes?
I suppose that makes sense if we are storytellers.
Savannah nods.
So,
Good ones, too, sometimes. She looks at AJ.
I mean, when I came over here, it was quite the little spat between a couple, and the girlfriend eventually got fed up with him and threw him over into the Harlem River. We had to get there was a boat nearby, and they managed to get the guy out, and they were screaming all sorts of crazy stuff at each other.
That's interesting.
Well, weird stuff's been happening lately, so I guess that means I should expect more? Or is that not really... Or should I not have my expectations too high?
Keep your expectations low. You will be disappointed less often.
Yeah, I tend to go by that philosophy.
That is a very good advice.
Yeah. Definitely a lot calmer, too. So, what should I be watching out for? Seems like when you kind of get exposed to this, she looks around at all the chimerical things that are around. Whenever there's positive aspects of things, are usually bad aspects. What's something I should be staying away from, or what dangers?
Boredom, places of rigid inflexibility, places that are taking away from imagination. Like Wall Street.
Well, I guess I can prevent this. Oh man, geez, my father. Anyway, he loves that sort of thing.
You may find that some of them will make you not feel good to be around.
Hmm.
You may even get sick, headaches, vomits.
Oh, so we have a natural kind of
Mm-hmm.
system repulsion for things that are rigid.
In the A-book, the word is aversion.
Yes.
Aversion.
We have an aversion to those with little to no imagination, very mundane. It's called banality. So
Fair enough.
things, and it's not just people; it's objects too. Like
Is
science museums have
Really?
high.
That's weird. I love those
Because
places.
there's no belief. Like everything's based in logic and fact. There's no imagination.
That's very odd. She actually like leans back in the chair with her arms crossed, and she seems to be thinking. Huh. That's very peculiar. She seems to be like contemplating what you're saying.
That is not to say that there aren't the occasional individuals who do try to go about things with a bit more imagination and openness, but many people fall into the patterns and ruts of this is how it is and this is the only way it is.
Yeah, well, in a way, that's half bad science when you do that. Because the whole point is you're trying to counteract each other's ideas to find new ones. We know very little about everything, so... And I hear that... Even, I don't know what they call my Lunids. They're supposed to be the ones that handle a lot of knowledge, and even they don't know how everything works, so...
There are some very
Oh.
good Elunids. There are some very bad Elunids.
I guess that goes for everything.
No, some of them are mass murderers.
Oh.
In the history books, you have a story of one who tried to do something similar in this world. His name was Adolf.
Jeez.
Adolf Hitler, something like that.
Oh, Hitler.
Oh, you're talking about Hitler. Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, I guess he was kind of that way. History lesson about, I want to say, I think they said it was like 2 years ago. 3, something like that. There was I think he was a she, who was of House Gwydion, or Ilunid, sorry. Out of character slip. Ilunid. He believed that all Adheen needed to be exterminated. I think they said his name was Guile, Duke Guile. So he he basically started a war, trying to exterminate all of those.
But wouldn't he be have an aversion to that because he's a Fae too?
No.
Well,
The Adheen are different than us.
No, I mean the Gwydion guy.
No, Ilunid.
Oh, Ilunid. I mean they're
Yeah.
the she guys, so wouldn't that mean they're
The She are the proclaimed by the Dreamings rulers of changelings. He thought that he was doing what was best for the changeling world by exterminating the Adheen.
what?
yep.
So did the person? She kind of looks confused. I just don't get it. Like, if you were like a thing that didn't like that were repulsed by, I guess, banal or lack of imaginative things. I mean, isn't that kind of?
Oh, that doesn't mean that there isn't any animosity and hatred between our peoples. That's just, it has a lot to do with the mundane world, the gray world, as we call it.
I guess in a way, if you kill people creatively, that's not mundane. She just kind of scratches the back of her head.
No.
We've been We have been at war for the Adhin first forced to side with the Fomorians to fight you 7,000 years ago was when we started. Not all of us have sided with the Fomorians. Some of us did not side with the Fomorians, and that is why we have trouble getting along with other Adhin. But that's an entirely other subject. And but we have been butting heads is a good term. Since then, there have been several major wars over the millennia.
Scratches. That's not just scratch. She just kind of seems to be contemplating. So it seems like nothing's too much is different. Nervous laugh.
No.
Seems to be nodding her head. Takes another sip of her hot chocolate. Gulps the whole thing down. That was really good, Ismay.
Yes, Gloria is very good cook. She makes very good.
Awesome.
She makes excellent nachos as well.
Nachos, eh?
Yes, and she sometimes has those the little penises wrapped in dough.
Pincers wrapped in.
No, it's my pigs in a blanket.
Yes, little penises wrapped in dough.
You mean a hot dog?
If they're not penises, they're
Might as well be.
they're like little sausages.
They are not wieners.
Well, yeah.
Some call them that, yes.
Some call them wieners, yeah.
They're different than actual penises, is my.
Oh, I thought they were just strange animal penises.
No,
No,
no, no, no,
no.
no, 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 no.
No.
No, it's basically just meat that's put in what is it wrapped in? I forgot. Like the
Casing.
yeah, casing. Yeah. And then it's
Do you
tied
like to
together.
eat penises? Wieners, whatever.
You mean the hot dogs?
Yes, those things.
Yeah, hot dogs are pretty fun. I like eating them. Put ketchup and all that, and yeah.
Do you like tacos?
He says, yeah, tacos are pretty good.
I remember when I had my first taco. It was, gosh, oh, it's been like, let's see, it has been like almost 6 months since I had my first taco. Wow. It was very good tacos. I do not like chicken tacos though. Beef is
chicken
okay, but I like the fishes more good.
Fish? I never had a fish taco before. I prefer the chicken ones, actually.
I see her kind of flinch when you say that.
Huh?
You see her flinch when you say you like to eat chicken tacos.
What?
Ismay doesn't like it when people talk about eating birds. And I bet she whispers over to you, but I think birds are quite tasty.
Ah.
She's a cat.
Yes, that.
What? I don't eat them in front of you.
And I appreciate that so very. Thank you much.
She says, sorry. Didn't mean to offend you about the chickens.
Oh, she's fine. Aren't you, Ismay?
She picks up her drink, takes another long swig, sets it down.
I think we've kind of made her understand that some people eat birds, but not necessarily her kind of birds. I don't know of anybody that's eaten any peacocks.
Wait, people? No, people. No, 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 no.
No, Ismay, I just said I don't know of anybody that has.
She's giving you a stare down like, you better be serious.
She's serious.
Yeah, I don't think that's a thing.
Not that I know of.
I think a lot of ideas are swimming through Itra's mind right now. Definitely seems to be just processing the weirdness of just this whole thing.
Oh, I guess you don't really know about a lot of the different types yet, huh?
Well, I know about she. I heard about. Well, technically, I met another Adheen. He was the first one there. He was a. He looked like Illidan. Really.
Kalash?
Ah, Kalash.
Yeah.
He's a good fellow.
He has quite the personality.
It can be. Well, I am called Puka.
Puka.
All Puka have an animal affinity,
Oh.
but Ismay is not a Puka. She's Puath.
Fuath, right. She's an Adheen, which they have their own types, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right? So, fair warning, there will be times that I probably won't make a lot of sense, but it's just because, that's just kind of the way I am.
What do you mean?
She's
Well, everybody has little quirks kind of given to them by dreaming. Mine is, well, not making sense sometimes.
no, No, she always makes sense. Sometimes it is hard to fish out real from not so real.
She kind of frowns, Ismay.
Sort of, kind of. But she's good. She's a good person.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I try, kind of sometimes. I mean, yeah, I do try, but
Well, best you can do is try.
yeah.
I don't usually agree with you at all that much.
And she
Try
has
your
a very
best.
beautiful girlfriend. It's very pretty.
She blushes.
Oh, nice.
Well, on that account, I think I should be warning you. Well, the thing we have.
What was that, Ken? I didn't quite hear what you said.
He said, well, I think I should be warning you about the thing we have.
I think, if I remember correctly, that we go, as I've heard it said, ham sometimes.
Yeah, we do have a knack for getting ourselves in troubling situations, let's say.
Uh-huh. She kind of like seems to be recalling something.
I think that will be recalling multiple things.
Yeah.
And also, you very usually get this urge to get out and work our feet, if you know what I mean.
I think I know what you mean. I mean, lately I've been, well, I mean, not lately, but the past, I've been walking everywhere since I changed, so didn't really want
Walking
to take
is
my
good
car.
for you.
Yeah, I like walking, but I miss my bike. I like riding around here on
Your
bikes. Well, I don't know. I miss the trails back home. She shrugs.
Where are you from?
I was born in up north, Canuckland. Town of Thompson in Manitoba.
You are in the Canadian peoples then, yes?
Yes, I'm a Canadian citizen. Yeah,
I'm from close to Canada, Canada.
Canadian. Yeah, that's the nickname I give to.
Yeah, well, I'm from Minnesota. We kind of, yeah, Canada is kind of what
Yeah.
we called it too. Um,
You,
and she
you,
does
you,
have a little bit of a northern Minnesota accent. I just
ah,
can't do it very well.
well, yeah. You know what? Could try doing a. She even like.
Hey, don't you know?
Oh yeah, you know. You just sometimes got that accent. You know. I say you know a lot. You're gonna notice that for me. You know.
Yeah, but she has lived in New York for 6 years, so it's her accent's probably faded just slightly, but she does have that accent.
Gotcha. Okay. That's interesting. You guys born here in New York, or where are you guys from?
The deep dreaming.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but your body's from Egypt? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Interesting. What about you?
Well, I was born in Scotland, but I've been in New York since I was around 5 or 6 years old.
Well, I'm still getting used to this place. But the city's been treating me okay. Hmm. You know,
Well, there's something very peculiar about this city. It just seems to grow on you like a bad habit.
yeah, I think I know what you mean. New York pizza is great, though. That's one thing I wish back home had.
Yes, we have good pizzas here.
Yeah.
Mogrim got me a feta and ham, I think it was. Pizza. It was very good.
Yeah, I usually go to a little pizza place nearby near the university. But I don't know, I still haven't found a good place that makes good poutine. It's all. The cheese curds are always cold and they never put enough gravy on it. Fries are always undercooked.
I can ask Gloria to make you some. She makes everything all very good.
Is there poutine on the menu? Out of character?
No.
No. Well, does she know? Does she know what poutine is?
Gloria knows all of the foods.
Well, why not? I'll try out some of her poutine.
Okay. And she gets up, taking her glass with her, sipping it as she walks. And talks to Gloria while you guys continue talking.
So AJ, you've been pretty quiet in this whole conversation. What's up? And she just shrugs as if she doesn't really know what to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, our little thing that we have acted up, and I just found myself into something that I don't really know what to make out of.
Want to talk about it? I know it's very forward, but
I mean, it's not really a secret, but. So, this new count,
Mhm.
we, as his underlings, went to see him. You know, to pay, I don't know, pay our respects.
Mhm.
And from what I've been told, this guy is like a very traditional she. So that means that if you're not a she, and especially if you're not in a house, I honestly was expecting to be ignored. But things did not go that way.
How did it go?
Well, it was a bit tense, I have to admit.
Yeah, sometimes.
But
No, go ahead.
long story short, he made me his. Oh, I think it was called Thane. Out of the blue.
Raises her eyebrow. That's interesting.
I'm still trying to make a sense out of what do I do with that, and hell, what I'm going to do. Like I said, I'm also quite new.
So, you own land now? If I remember my medieval history. Kind of has her eyes in the air as if she's trying to remember.
I also completely missed that. I'm sorry.
She says, "So you own land now?" You know, as if her facial expression is as if she's making a question mark with her face, and she seems to be looking up in the air as
No.
if.
In our society, if you're not a noble, you tend to don't really get any lands.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've been told, this is something more like his um kind of like his personal warrior or something like that to maintain the relations.
So you're his ambassador?
Give or take, I think.
That's interesting. I can see why that can be very puzzling. Is he not one to have his, I guess, those under him ask a lot of questions?
Well, I'll let you see that for yourself. Because from what I've experienced, a traditionalist, she is something to be experienced.
Savannah
Yes.
kind of slinks down a little bit.
You okay?
Oh, just remembering something.
Talking on that, I think you would be assigned a mentor very soon. You know, to teach you the basics, show you the ropes.
Were you assigned a mentor?
Yep.
Yes, he was. She's a very good mentor too.
That she is.
She is an amazing woman.
Well, I'd like to meet her one day. Sounds cool.
She owns this bar. It is hers.
You said her name was...
Diva.
Right, I've heard of Diva. Yeah. She's cool. I'll definitely get the chance to talk to her when I can, if her reputation precedes her.
Be careful. She is very beautiful.
I don't know. I'll be sure to be careful.
Well, talking about that, I need to go see her and get back to my office. I got some stuff to look into, but it was good meeting you. Then he reaches out his hand.
She goes to shake it. Nice meeting you, AJ. Hope to hang out more in the future.
I hope so too. And so Anna is my again.
And Esme gives him another hug. Thank you again.
He hugs back. Don't mention it.
Ismay, do you want to go away from here with me? I think you need to get out for a little while.
She looks out to see how late it's getting.
When's your shift over?
I am not working today.
Oh, well, let's go then.
It looks like it is getting...
Why
You have
not?
me with you.
I gotta. Well, let's. Why don't we go for a walk anyway? I mean, just because it's dark doesn't mean you can't walk outside.
Yeah.
She's
Some
staring at the door, just like this wide-eyed, terrified look on her face.
Hey, you okay?
Esme, you can't avoid the dark forever.
Yes, yes, I can.
Hey, Esme, you wanna know something about the dark? Usually, usually it's the unknown that gets you afraid, right?
No, I know what's in the dark. I've been there.
She looks out towards. How about this? How about we just go? If you don't have to, but how about we just go outside for just 1 second? And we can just come back inside. See how you feel.
She'll start walking towards the door, turn on all the outside lights before she goes out to make sure it's very bright outside.
And she sticks close to you, make sure you feel safe.
Okay, we have been outside.
All right. How about we take a break and then maybe we go outside for 2 seconds?
We've been out here for almost 10 now.
See? It's not so bad.
As long as there is light and it is not dark.
Yeah. Light's pretty cool. Makes things easy to see, doesn't it?
It is not the dark. It's not the dark. And Lily's taking steps backwards as she's saying that.
You're safe, Esme, okay? And she kind of gets close to kind of make sure you're okay, but doesn't invade your personal space.
Savannah's on the other side of Esme, holding her hand.
There is nothing that we need to do at night. There it is. I don't need to.
All right, we can go inside now.
Yeah, let's go inside. You did good,
You
okay?
did really good.
Seriously.
Does it seem dark in here? Maybe I should turn on more lights.
Sure. She goes inside and helps turn on some of the lights.
Gloria gives her a look and shakes her head. She's already been told that Ismay is not allowed to turn on extra lights.
Okay. So she says, "How about I go sit back down over here? Hey, there's a seat over there with a big light. Come on."
She picks up her Long Island iced tea.
And she takes a seat and opens the seat up for you to sit down.
She'll sit, hoping Savannah is still following close.
Oh yeah, Savannah hasn't left her side.
She perches herself on the seat then.
Do you want anything to drink?
She holds up her Long Island iced tea. I have one.
Okay. Well, I don't have any plans, so we'll just sit here.
Do I? Day after, though, I gotta get back to some courses. Or I should say,
School.
cracking down on medicine.
Oh, what are you in school for?
Well, technically, I'm done with school. Not really. I'm a resident for psychiatry. So it's just a lot of going over courses, practicing with patients, and reading every single medicine that's ever reading every single drug that's ever been in the books. And then when that's finished, I'm thinking about a year or two, I have my medical license.
Doctors are good people to have.
I just went to NIADA, the New York Academy for Dramatic Arts.
Nice. How'd that go?
Pretty well, I think. Mostly just doing stage work at the moment. I've been in a few shows, but kind of being picky about which ones I want to be in. So for the most part, I'm just helping out with backstage stuff.
Hmm. Well, having some kind of standard is good.
Yeah.
Ismay just sits there drinking her Long Island iced tea, staring at the door.
Esme, like if you ever, I know we literally just met just half an hour ago, but if you ever want to talk about anything, you can let me know.
Okay.
Gotcha. Well, I think this is a good place to end the scene with Ismay, Savannah, and Ichira kind of, comforting each other. How's that sound?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Alrighty, well, thank you, players, for participating. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Hope everyone has a good one.